Hello everyone, I am Pratish Srivastav and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to cover two important topics related to Python programming, that is keywords and identifiers. In the last video, we have already discussed what is Anaconda, how to install Anaconda, and other than this, we have discussed what is Python programming. So if you have not gone through those videos, please go through those videos and then come into this video. Fine. So let's start today's video. In this, our first topic that we are going to discuss is keywords. Keywords. Now, keywords are nothing but the words which are there. Keywords are nothing but the special words. You can consider it as a special words which are there in Python. So if I can take English example, English language. So in English language, we are having apple. Apple is a word which is there. Now this apple is for some category named as fruit. The apple is nothing but a fruit. Same as it is if I am telling orange. Orange. Orange is what? Orange is also a fruit category. So apple and orange are the words which are there, and the meaning of these words is a fruit. The meaning of these words is a fruit. So same as it is in Python programming. So this is our English language. In English language, we are having some words and each and every word is having some functionality, some meaning. So that is with respect to the English language. Now, when we are talking about Python, what is the meaning of keywords in Python? So in Python also, we are having few words which are providing you some specific functionality. That is the meaning of keyword. So what is your keyword in Python? In Python, some words are reserved. In Python, some words are reserved to represent some meaning, some special meaning, or functionalities or functionalities. So in Python, we are having some words and those words are fixed for some specific functionalities. That is nothing but our keywords. Such type of words are known as keywords. So what is your keyword? So basically keyword means some special words which are there in Python programming, and those special words are having some meanings. That is the meaning of keyword. Now in Python, how many keywords are there? In Python, how many those type of words are there? So if I am taking English language, so in English language, n number of words are there. It is uncountable. You cannot count how many words are there. Those are having some specific functionality. For example, a chair, a table. So these are also words, and these words is having some meaning. So what about Python? In Python, how many such kind of words are there that is having some specific meaning? So basically in Python 3.11 version, currently we are dealing with Python 3.11 version. In Python 3.11 version, we are having 35 reserved words or keywords. So remember one thing, keywords and reserved words both are same. No any differences there. Okay. Now, how many keywords are there? How many keywords are there? So one thing you need to remember here, based on the versions, these keywords are increasing or decreasing. Okay, so these keywords are not fixed. It depends on the version. Maybe sometimes you will get keywords more than that. Sometimes you will get keywords lesser than that. So it totally depends on the version. Okay, so how we will get the keywords of our Python programming. So two lines of code we need to write here. There is one module which is known as keyword. This is one module which is their keyword, and inside this module there is one function which is known as KW list. What this will give? This will give you, or you can use print here. That means I need to print these values. So these two statements will give us how many, like what are the keywords which are there in Python. What are the keywords which are there in Python? So if I can run it, you can see this much of keywords are there. Now just compare it with the English language. So if I'm talking about English, can you count how many words are there which are having some meaning? You cannot count it. But coming to the Python, only this much of keywords are there. Those are having some meaning. So which one is easy? Python is easy or English language? Of course, Python is easy because few keywords are there. Now let me check how many keywords are there. So I think it is 35 keywords. So you can see 35 keywords. So how many keywords are there? There are 35 reserve words slash keywords in Python 3.11. That is a latest version. Currently, my Jupyter notebook is running in the latest version. That's why the reserve words that we are having is 35. Now, one thing you need to understand with these keywords here. So let me print all the keywords and check what are the keywords which are there. So this much of keywords which are there. So if I'm concentrating on these keywords, we will get some important points, and those important points are very, very important. So what are these points? So if I can see, first thing, all the keywords are in which format? All the keywords are in which format? So if you can focus on this point, all the keywords are in alphabet. Okay, alphabets are there. For every keywords, we are having alphabets. So what I can mention? Keywords slash reserve words in Python only contain what? Only contain alphabet symbols. That means all the keywords in Python programming are alphabets only. You can see this is also your alphabet, this is also your alphabet, this is also your alphabet. All these are your alphabets. No any numeric, no any alphanumeric keyword is there. Every keyword is your alphabet. Okay, every keyword is having alphabet symbols. Next one. Now, if you can concentrate one more point, then you can see here, except three keywords. Except three keywords, all keywords are in lowercase or not? The answer is yes. So that is also a conclusion you can consider. Except all keywords, or you can say except three keywords, And what are these three keywords? False, true, and none. Okay, except three keywords, all rest of the keywords are in lowercase, And one more important point you need to understand, keywords are case sensitive in nature. What is the meaning of this? Your true does not mean this true. Keywords are case sensitive. Uppercase and lowercase both are different in case of keywords. So this is about your keywords. Keyword is a very simple topic. What is the meaning of keyword? Some words which are already reserved for some special meaning. We are having some words. So those kind of words are known as keywords in Python program. Now, how many keywords are there? So if we want to fetch how many keywords are there, for that, there is one inbuilt Python file is already present. That is known as keyword. This is a Python file which is there. And inside this Python file, there is one function which is there that is known as KW, not function, it is the attribute which is there that is known as KW list. And if I am going to run this code, we will get all the things of the keywords, like how many keywords are there. Now, what are the few things we can just analyze this and we will get? That is, keywords or reserved words in Python only contain alphabet symbol. That is your first point. And second point is except three keywords. That means if you are ignoring these three keywords, all the keywords are in lowercase. And third one is keywords are case sensitive in nature. That means your capital F and small f both are not same, both are different. So this is a complete story of keywords or reserved words. Now, after keywords and reserved words, there is one more important topic which is coming, that is known as identifier. So this is very, very important. What is an identifier? How we can deal with identifiers? So coming to the identifier means something which is used for identification purpose. Something which is used for identification purpose. For example, my name is there. My name is Pratyush. So like what is my identity? My name is there for identification purpose. Same as it is, you are there. You are also having some identity. So on what basis you are having an identity? A name is there. So identifiers in Python is nothing but a name. A name in Python, if I can write the definition, any name in Python program is an identifier. Any name in your Python program is your identifier, first thing. Second thing is it can be a class name, it can be a class name, a function name, or a variable name, or a variable name. Anything it is, because it is just a name. For example, if I am creating one variable, var1 is equal to 10. So here, what is an identifier? This name is an identifier. Same as it is, if I can take one more example, a function I am going to create, okay, someone, okay, and pass. Now in this, what is an identifier? This function name is an identifier. Why this function name is an identifier? Because how you can understand that this is my function. What is the name of this function? The name of this function is this one. So that means this someone is used for identifying this function name. What is the name of this function? For identification purpose, we are having this name. Same as it is, if I am having some class house. Now in this, what is your identifier? This house is an identifier because it is a name. Who is representing this class? This house name is representing this class. Okay, so this is the meaning of identifier. Any name, it may be a class name, it may be a function name, it may be a variable. Okay, any name in your Python program is your identifiers. Any name in your Python program is your identifiers. Now next one. In Python, there are some rules which are there for identifying the identifiers. There are some rules which are there for identifying okay. There are some rules which are there for identifiers. Now, what are these rules? These rules are very, very important. These rules are very, very important. The first rule is the only allowed characters are what are the characters which are allowed for identifiers. So first character is your alphabet symbol. That means you can use alphabet. No any issues there. If you are using alphabet in your code, in your program, find no any issues there. Second is what? Digits are allowed. You can use digits in your identifier, no any issues there. Third one is what? Your underscore symbol. Your underscore symbol is also allowed in your Python. So only these three characters are allowed in your Python. That is your first rule. That is your first rule. Second rule. The second rule is what? Second rule is identifier cannot be start with a digit. Identifier cannot be start with a digit. So what is the meaning of this? You cannot create an identifier like hi. 0 is my digit. So your identifier cannot be start with that digit. For example, 1, 2, 3, sum. It is also wrong because your name, identifier name is started from 1, 2, 3, which is a number. You cannot use digits, okay, at the beginning of an identifier. That is your second rule. And what is your third rule? Third rule is identifiers are case sensitive. Identifiers are case sensitive. That means, or you can say, complete Python programming is a case sensitive programming language. Case sensitive programming language. Okay, so these are the few important rules which are there. These are the few important rules which are there. Now, one more thing you need to remember here. In Python, we don't have any limit. We don't have any limit for an identifier. So you can take any number of identifiers, any number of characters we can use for an identifier, but it is recommended to use some specific or some meaningful identifier name. Meaningful identifier name. It is recommended. Next one is what? The next one is we cannot use keywords as an identifiers. Keywords as an identifiers. So these are the 5 rules. These are the 5 rules which are there for defining an identifier. And all these 5 rules are important. All these 5 rules are important. Let me take few practice questions based on this. Practice questions based on identifiers. Okay, now first I am taking something like AB, AB, CD is equal to 10. Is it a valid identifier? This name is there, AB space CD, is it a valid identifier? The answer is no, it is not a valid identifier. The reason behind that is the only allowed characters are alphabet. Okay, alphabet is there. Digits are not there, fine. Underscore is not there, fine. But a special character space is coming. A special character space is coming. A space is not allowed. Only these 3 things are allowed. Alphabets or digits or score. So this is your invalid identifier. Invalid identifier. Why it is invalid? Because space is there. Space is a special symbol which is there. Space is a special symbol which is there. Let me take one more example. I am taking something like sum 2 is equal to 20. 20. Now let's take the only allowed characters are alphabet. Yes, allowed characters are alphabet. No any issue is there. Digits is present, fine. Underscore is not present. That is also fine. Identifier cannot be started with as it is. Here identifier has been started with the digit. The answer is no, it is not started with the digit. So that means it is also fine. Identifiers are case sensitive. So yeah, it is case sensitive, fine. Then we are having, we cannot, in Python, we don't have any limit. That means there is no any limit. You can create any number. So I have taken 4 characters. That is fine. We cannot use keyword as an identifier. This sum 2 is not a keyword. So what is the meaning of this? This is a valid identifier. Why it is a valid identifier? Because all the rules are this identifier is following. All the rules this identifier is following. Same as it is, if I can take something like 1, 2, 3, then I am taking something like okay, hi. So is it a valid identifier? The answer is no, it is not a valid identifier. The reason is identifier cannot be started with a digit, and you are trying to start it with a digit. That's why it is also a invalid identifier. Next one is, I am writing if is equal to 100. Is it a valid identifier? It is also an invalid identifier. Now, why it is an invalid identifier? So if you can see here, the only allowed digits are characters. So if it's a character, fine. This rule is correct. Identifier cannot be started with a digit. Digits are not there. It is also fine. After this, we cannot use keyword as an identifier. So coming to the keywords, come here. You can see anything related to if is there. Yes, you can see if is there. So what is the meaning of this? This means that you cannot use keyword as an identifier, but here we are trying to use keyword as an identifier. So this is also incorrect. This is also incorrect. So in all 4 examples, we have seen, or let me take one more example here. I am writing AB underscore CD is equal to 100 or 200. Is it a valid identifier? Yes, it is a valid identifier. The reason is alphabets are there. Yes, alphabet is there. Then after that, we are having underscore. Underscore is allowed. Yes, underscore is allowed. So that means it is a valid identifier. It is also a valid identifier. Okay. So now what we have discussed this as an example, or I can write here itself. Here itself, if I am writing, suppose that I am creating one variable AB is equal to 10. Is it a valid identifier? Yes, it is a valid identifier because characters are there. You can use it. No any issues there. So it is valid. Now, suppose that I am writing ABCD is equal to 1000. Is it valid? No, it is invalid. The reason is here you can see alphabets are fine, digits are not there, underscore is not there, but here you are using space. Space is not allowed. We cannot use space. We cannot use a special character. If I am writing something like $CD, is it a valid identifier? It is also an invalid identifier because the only allowed characters are these three. You cannot use anything else. Anything else you cannot use. Only three things are allowed. After this, identifier cannot be started with a digit. So suppose that I am writing something like my identifier name, something like 123 high or is equal to 300. Is it a valid identifier? The answer is it is invalid. If I am going to use anything like this, it will raise an error. Directly you will get an error if you are using anything like this. Next one is identifiers are case sensitive. What is the meaning of this? Suppose that I am creating one thing, something like small s, or you can say I am creating something like name. Okay, name. I am giving 100. And then I am creating capital NAM is equal to 200. Now, these two variables are same. This identifier is different. This identifier is different. Both the identifiers are different because Python is a case sensitive programming language and your identifiers are also case sensitive. So this is different, and this is also different. Both are different. Now after this, next one. In Python, we don't have any limit. What is the meaning of this? Suppose that I want to create one variable name in which I will store some data. I will store some name of the student. I am taking one variable name, something like one identifier name, something like this. Or name I am giving something like Aryan. Okay, Aryan. Now this identifier I am using and one identifier I am using something like name is equal to Aryan. Now which one is recommended? Still it is valid. It is valid, but not recommended because it is not a meaningful identifier. Now what about this one? It is also valid, but it is recommended because it is a meaningful identifier name. It is a meaningful identifier name. Coming to the next one, we cannot use keywords as an identifier. What is the meaning of this? Suppose that I am using DEF is equal to 200. Let's check whether DEF is a keyword or not. See, DEF. DEF is my keyword. So if you are trying to use keyword as an identifier, it is invalid. It is invalid. You cannot use it. Now, suppose that I am taking something like this. Is it valid or not? Yes, it is valid. Why it is valid? Because this keyword and this identifier name both are different. Python is a case sensitive programming language. So these two variable name are different. Let's take few more problems. So this much of problems we have taken. Let me take AB, cap symbol, CD is equal to 300. Valid or invalid? Valid or invalid? It is also invalid. Why it is invalid? Because you have used cap symbol. Cap symbol is not allowed. Cap symbol is not allowed. Only these three things are allowed. You cannot take anything else. If you are trying to take anything else, you will directly get an error. Always you will get an error. Okay, let me show you whether we are getting error or not. AB space CD. See, syntax. Same as it is if I am writing. Okay, AB space CD. Now after that I am writing 123 high. It is also invalid. It is also invalid. So this much of problems we have seen. You can take n number of examples are there. I am taking ABC underscore ABC. Is it valid? Is it valid? Yes, it is valid. Why it is valid? Because underscore you have given, underscore is allowed. Yes, underscore is allowed. Here we are having underscore. Yes, underscore is allowed. Other than this, you are having alphabets. Alphabets are also allowed. So that means all three things are allowed. That is the meaning of identifier. So these rules are very, very important for identifiers. Sometimes we will get this kind of error. Suppose that, let me take one example. Example is which of the following will result an error? This type of questions are very, very common. Error. A option, something like they have given list 1 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, this one they have given. Then B is equal to then C is equal to then D is equal to D option. Or you can say will result not an error. I am changing it, not an error. But that means we will not get any error. In which case we will not get any error. Okay. Now, what question is telling which of the following will result not an error? That means that will not give you any error. Coming to the first one, you have used identifier name something like list of one. So here space is coming. So because of this space is a special character. Because of this space, whatever code you have written, that is wrong. This will return an error. Coming to the next one, you have used a list, fine. It is an alphabet, no any issue. Underscore is also allowed. Coming to the one is a number, that is a digit. So can we use digit? Yes, we can use this. That means this is valid. Coming to the third one, first you have used alphabets, then you have used double underscore. Yes, underscore you can use n number of times. So underscore is valid. After that you have used digit. So digit is also allowed. That means this is also valid. Coming to the next one, you have used list. It is an alphabet, fine. You are having one is a number or a digit. Yes, it is also fine. Now coming to the dollar symbol. Dollar symbol is allowed. Dollar symbol is allowed. No, dollar symbol is not allowed. So what is the meaning of this? This will raise an error. So what is the answer for this question? It will be this is invalid and this is invalid. If I am going to run these two codes, we will get an error. Directly we will get an error. See, first time. So this is all about identifiers. Some MCQs like me, there is a chance you will get any MCQs like this. Okay. So this is all about your keywords and identifiers. So in last two videos, we have discussed what is Python programming, what is Anaconda, how we can install. In this video, we are covering what is identifiers and what is keywords. In next session, we will discuss few more topics and we will cover it. So now if you guys have any kind of doubt, feel free to ask that doubt in comment section. In comment section, I will be there. Whatever doubts are there related to this particular topic, you can ask. Along with that, we are having our Telegram community. You can also join that Telegram community. You can ask your doubts there as well. You can discuss each and everything related to Python as in that community. Whatever doubts are there, please ask your doubts in the comment section. I will be there to help. I will always be there to help you in these topics. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope you like the video. Please like, subscribe, and share my channel. Thanks, everyone.